Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome. I'm Will Dragon, and this is Against the Storm. A strategy player game where you kind of build cities whilst reclaiming the land from bad juju, basically. In an extreme nutshell. Of course, there's a lot more to it than that, but that's why we're here to see the game. Now, I played it during the demo, so I have played part of the tutorial, but we are going to restart for the stream. Hopefully, we'll get through the first bits of the tutorial really quickly, and we might even see one or two new things, because some things are a little bit limited in the demo, so some things may even be new to me. So without any further ado, let's begin.
The world is plagued by the Blight Storm, a vile cycle of destruction ravaging everything in its path. The only safe haven is the smoldering city, where the mysterious scorched queen reigns. You are one of her viceroys, a pioneer sent into the wilds, tasked with establishing new settlements and acquiring valuable resources for the crown. Your goal is to help rebuild the smoldering city and secure the future of the queen's subjects.
So there you have it. We are a viceroy sent out in the wilds to re-establish villages. We use the mouse buttons to move the camera. As you can see, so you start with these kind of like little circles, and you get a certain resources kind of in each circle. And as you explore, you open up more circles and get more resources. And the whole goal of it, as it's kind of saying here, and feel free to read as it's on the screen. I'm not going to read it out loud. The whole point of it is to get your reputation filled up before your queen's impatience fills up. Let's press space to resume. And I need to build a woodcutter's camp, not a woodfutter, a woodcutter, to allow myself to keep going forward. There you go, my building menu has now come up. Resource acquisition, woodcutter's hut, let's turn it around. And so one of the things with this game is, so things like this, we have the woodcutters building. And I'm just going to go and path all the way around here. And as you can see, you also then have different races. So currently we start with lizards, beavers, and humans. And they have different specialities. As you can see, the humans, good with farming and brewing. Beavers, woodworking and engineering. Lizards, meat production and warmth. So if we come down to here, to my woodcutter, if I assign the beavers, they are more proficient at woodcutting. And then I'm going to go and mark some trees for cutting down. And this means they will focus on these trees and so get to these open glades faster. Obviously, I could just leave them and they'll just chop and chop and chop, I assume, in an expanding circle. And so here you have, we have orders. You have to fulfill these orders and they earn you a reputation point. So as you can see, it said we need 2 woodcutters. So let's go and grab another woodcutter's camp. And I'm going to go and stick this one, you know what, let's stick him up in this corner. And with these buildings, pretty much, well, not all of them, but a large portion of them, especially these resource gathering ones, are movable. So once you've built them, you know, say obviously then, you can see it's only got a limited range. So I cut down the trees in range, but as you can see, you know, you need to keep pushing further and further out of the map. Now this map's quite small, it's the first tutorial. You can move the buildings, which is really good. Now I'm going to go and equip, or should I say equip, assign 3 humans. They're not very good woodcutters, especially compared to beavers. They're okay. They're not bad, but they're not terrible. My order has been complete, so I'm going to go and deliver that. And for doing that, I earned a reputation point, and I can unlock a new building blueprint. Now, for this one, I have to cut through to 2 forest glades and assign 5 beavers as woodcutters. That works because I've just gone and gotten 3 more beavers. So let's assign those beavers as woodcutters because they are just more productive. And I'm going to say just focus on those trees for now. And so with these, I'm not going to path up to these. The paths do help a little bit. I think they get 10%, 5% speed increase because they're only paths. I assume I'll probably be able to get upgraded roads. But I'm not going to go path these because these are going to be very mobile buildings. I will, however, start to path out certain things as we grow them. But for now, we are not going to path these ones out. I am actually going to cancel this wood cutting. They can focus there. They can focus there. Let's push those through. And for a blueprint, we have a shelter. Shelters house all species, but they are not specialized to be special for any species. Funny enough, if they're not specialized, they're not special for any species. Crazy that. Now what I'm going to do, I do love a certain pattern, whoops, of house. Each one holds 3, so I technically need 4 at this point. There you go. Let's go and get 4 houses. They have that lovely chimney, should we say, all in the middle, making it look a bit like kind of one housing block structure. I don't know. It just kind of helps with my neatness need. There you go. So we've just explored this new glade, and it has a drizzlewing nest and a root node, both small deposits, and that's what we got access to. Obviously, the bigger glades have more stuff. And we've just got to discover this one, which has some flaxseed. And I think that's all this one had. I missed the thing coming up. Let's go and deliver our order. We will get 3 humans and 30 meat. Now it wants us to build a small foragers camp and get the vegetables harvested. So let's come down to blueprints. Small foragers camp. Now when you actually go to do this properly, let's assign some humans. They are good at farming, and this counts as farming. When you go to do this properly, the blueprint you can choose from, you have choices. But because this is the tutorial, obviously it's only given me one choice because I have to build a certain building to get through this tutorial. When you're doing a proper game, I only got to the 3rd mission, which was the first kind of free build mission. And you have choice of orders and that kind of thing. So you kind of go on like 1 or 2 paths. So you do get that working for you. Now, roads. Can I... Oh, wait, hang on. Path. Go and build some more roads. Oh, let's have you guys cut through there. Let's have you guys cut through there. And we are grabbing some vegetables. We'll have that done soon enough. Let's go and increase the speed. Let's push through this tutorial nice and fast. Deliver. So there you go. I now have to get a stonecutter's camp and 5 clay. So let's grab the stonecutter's camp. Gathering stonecutter's camp. Now for this one, nobody has any bonuses in here, so I'm just going to assign 2 humans because I have a few humans left over, and we actually could do with another shelter as well to house said extra population. And in this, we've got some root nodes, small, just a small grouping of them, not too much. Orders are ready. Let's go and deliver that. We now have to build a harvester's camp and get 5 plant fibers. Whoops, let's get the blueprint. Take the blueprint. And here we have a herbalist camp, dewberry bush, and a bleeding tooth mushroom. So we want the harvester's camp. And go and put that next to that. And in here, once again, as you can see, nobody gets a bonus. So I'll just assign the 2 humans that are left over. Newcomers are waiting. Yes, we do get little things like this every once in a while. So I am going to grab... I'm actually going to grab the lizards. Okay, we are harvesting the plant fiber. And so to go ahead and do this, we can either salvage it and or rebuild it. If we salvage it, we get parts and a bundle of reeds. If we rebuild it, we get the herbalist camp. To rebuild it will cost me 10 wood and 2 parts. Now, I have 6 parts and I have lots of wood. I'm going to click rebuild, assign workers. These 2 guys will now go ahead and rebuild that and get me that camp. So I need to now build a workstation and get these things built. So let's, once again, go and unlock it. Build a crude workstation. Now this is more of a permanent building. So I'm going to place it where it's pretty much going to be staying. And as you can see, no one gets any bonuses off this either. So I'll just assign my 2 lizards. Oh, investigate. This will be built soon enough. And here you go. We got through up to here. Now we can either give them 4 food, at which point I'll get another human and a lizard, or we can send it all to the citadel, and I will get 10 amber pouch, which in essence is money. And you can do this in a couple of ways. I can spend eggs, shrimp, meat, or fish. Again, same with this. I can spend vegetables, mushrooms, roots, or berries. Let's... oh, we do have a couple of workers just come back. Choose a reward, investigate. I'll get the people. And as you can see down here, we have this ready to go. And we have mushrooms and berries ready to pick up. You'll also notice there's stars on things. That's how effective this building is at, in essence, doing that job. So it's 2-star effective at harvesting these resources. For instance, on this, you can see here, I'm not even sure if that technically counts as a star or whether it's just a blueprint of a star, really. But it's not very efficient at making any of these things. It is the most basic version of a workstation. The Royal Academy wants a detailed map of the region and will supply anyone willing to help. Gain 20 reed and 20 clay for each discovered glade. Building materials are the very foundation of every settlement. Production is 50% quicker in the building food workstation. I'm going to pick this one. These are little bonuses you go and get. There you go. We are still making some planks and some fabric. Now, I haven't marked any trees for harvesting, but as you can see, it's fine because they are still harvesting. I am, however, going to go and grab this guy, and I'm going to go and move him over to here. And I'm going to go and knock these trees down to get to this glade. And so I went and grabbed the extra lizard and human. And I currently have a few people not in housing. We'll go and build another house soon. In fact, we're going to build another house now. We're going to go move this guy up here. And let's punch through these sets of trees. And then let's go and build a house on here. Along with more roads. People are waiting to join us. Well, I'm going to take the people and the lizards. Obviously, you can see as well, you do also get resources. But I'm not too worried about that at this point. Let's deliver that. And so, as you can see, change scrolls to fabric in the ancient shrine. Deliver it. And obviously, get the dangerous glade opened up first. So, we come to here. See, this is where you get to choose a little bit of the things you can potentially get. I can either get human houses, lizard houses, and beaver houses. Now, I have the most humans. So I'm going to go and pick that one. And as you can see, these are a little bit different to the other houses, and they have different resources. And now what this goes and allows us to do, I'm going to go down to 2 times speed. We're going to go and move you into here. He's going to go and chop down that. Then we're going to get access to the dangerous glade. That's part 1. This as well, basically by building human houses, we start to... We can't see it here. You can pop this out. All of the races have needs. And as you fulfill the needs, their resolve increases. If you get up to a certain point of resolve, which as you can see here is maxed for everybody because this is just a tutorial, you will start to actually gain reputation. A slow tick of reputation, which you do need to do in further scenarios. It's not just about doing these easy little quests, although They sometimes aren't so easy anymore. Let's, as you can see, it tells me what I've got. Let's give up some meat. Let's choose that reward. Let's assign a couple of workers and let's investigate. Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen. Slight tickle in the throat. So we're going to chop through this. When we do, in fact, let's go up to full speed again until we get it revealed. Then I'm going to go back down to normal speed because, and I'll be trying to do this quite fast, and you'll see exactly why when we get through there. Now as well, I would say these central hearths are important. Let's go down to full speed whilst this ticks over. This is run out of resources to gather. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to send it up here. At which point then it has some more resources to gather. This hearth is important. This is where people come to get food, etc. And also, generally, as you can see, wait around. You can also do a few other things with it, which we'll get introduced to as we go further on. So as you can see here, I've opened up this dangerous glade, and we have this ancient shrine. Now, as you can see, basically we've got a 43-second countdown. Disturbing the ruins of the great civilization can have great consequences. Kills 3 random villagers. That happens after 43 seconds. So what we're going to go and do, we need to change this to cloth, as per the objective. It also takes planks. I'm going to go and assign 3 people to it. And so if I can pacify this before 43 seconds runs out, then we can stop this effect. However, if I can't, these ghosts are going to charge me down and kill 3 of my villagers. So now, unfortunately, yes, we've got a bit of a walk around. As you can see, it's, you know, we're struggling to even get there in a decent time frame. Because, yes, I do have a bit of a walk around, shall we say. Now, of course, I could have also built some slight roads, etc. that would have helped. Okay, so the materials are there. But as you can see, these guys have to rebuild it and repair it. Now, I only have 9 seconds remaining. It's going up pretty fast. But don't think it's going up 5 seconds fast. Now, these 3 guys could all, in fact, be the random ones that gets killed. You don't know. There goes 1, there goes 2, there goes 3. Nope, they've aimed for my village. And we're going to lose a human, a lizard, and a lizard. A builder, and a harvester died. So now this building, which also has nothing to harvest where it's currently sitting, also then lost a worker. All because I did not pacify this in time. Now, one of our guys has an ancient tablet, which they are bringing back. And that will be the end of this order. Oh, I also have... No one can weather the storm alone. The Queen offers you a cornerstone that will lay the foundation of your own prosperity. Choose wisely, as you won't be able to change it. 15 plant fiber per minute. 15 eggs per minute. Let's get eggs per minute. So with that, basically, as you can see, I should be getting 15 eggs per every minute. And there you go. Let's come to here. Deliver. And so as you can go and see, my reputation reached maximum before the Queen lost her patience with me. Unfortunately, I didn't quite get to not lose any villagers, but that's okay. We'll try that one again next time. And so there you go. There's tutorial number 1. And now we're going to move on to tutorial number 2, which will introduce a few more mechanics. And once again, we're going to try and do it pretty quickly. As soon as I get given a little bit of control. So here you go. Here it's telling us about resolve. If it's too low, they'll leave. You keep it high, it will grant passive reputation. And so now we're going to learn a bit more about resolve. Satisfying their needs will obviously then increase their resolve. Everybody has different resolve and different resolve thresholds. Now it's going to teach us about farming. to basically get my people drunk. Now, as you can see, we have to go and grab that. I suppose we'll simply start with the small farm. Can't quite build it in this gap. Let's go and build it here. Farm field. We'll make all those farm fields. Let's go and place a woodcutter's camp here. And a woodcutter's camp here. And then in this farmer, of course, will get some humans because they're efficient at it. Now, our orders. As you can see, build a farmer, place some farm fields. We get 2 more humans and a whole bunch of ale. Next objective, build 2 woodcutters camp and 2 shelters to help accommodate all of these people. The woodcutters camps are going. Let's go and place the usual roads around the center, and we can build a shelter. Right. Go and get the first 2 shelters down for the objective. Human in this one as well. And there you go. If you can cut me through to there, and you can cut me through to there. We are in fact short of some wood. It's a good thing we got these woodcutters huts down. But yes, they need to start gathering so we can start building a few more buildings. And as you can see, most of the buildings we got in the last one, we can keep building. Now, decorations, we didn't look at these at all. They are just simple little things, help improve the look of your city. And so, for instance, if we get a certain number of decorations, 4, and at least 8 villagers to be housed, then this will upgrade to the next level. Now, I've not touched on exactly what the hearth can do for us. 5 barrels per minute, 50% of the amount of goods produced in these small farms. I'm going to go small farms. I've not really touched on too much what the hearth does in the grand scheme of things, but I know the land is in essence surrounded by darkness, so, you know, you kind of want to keep that one under control a little bit. Now, wood is going up nicely. Let's go and grab us another small farm. That is the order done. Deliver. It wants us to get a small trapper's camp and some meat. I'm going to go and switch her out and add the other beaver in. And then let's go and get more farming on the go. Now, yep, let's get a small trapper's camp. And there you go, we have some... We have some snails, pretty much. Slick shell brood mother. Hiding back there. And as you can see here, this is where the bonus of the lizards come into play. Basically, any form of gathering with meat or anything but playing with fire. That's where they come into good effect. We're going to keep pushing forward. I'm going to speed this up now. Oh, so we've managed to find these guys. We have plenty of these. Assign worker. Investigate. Let's get a few more people. We could sorely need to do with them. And then we also have flax, fertile soil, and a small encampment. Although the small encampment is what we're doing now. We're enticing them with broccoli. I don't quite know in what situation that should really work, but we've enticed people to our camp with broccoli. We're going to go and do the same thing. As soon as this one's over, there you go, that's done. Go and investigate that. We've just also gone and grabbed another beaver and finished the next order. Now we need to get a smokehouse, and we need to change this meat into jerky. And so once again, the smokehouse is one of the slightly more permanent buildings. Let us go and move you a tiny bit further in. And this is a bit of a bigger area, but I'm just gonna get them to clear this. And let's have you move up here. Of course, you can keep discovering glades, but at some point you also do just need to chop down some trees so you've got space to build things. Go and build. Those houses in there. Right, hang on. Let's put down to 1.5 speed. We have some newcomers. I'm going to go for the pure numbers on this one. Enable jerky from meat. That's now been enabled. This is not an either or choice. It's enabling them or turning them off. And there you go. We get bonuses from lizard in this building. So we're going to go ahead and use those. And I'll stick a human in there just to make up the numbers. Let's go and grab ourselves a crude workstation as well. I'm going to put that on this side. So we don't have any clay coming through just yet. We do have flax, but we're not actually gathering any, so we should probably sort that out. Plant fiber. Start getting some plant fiber. And we should also start to get... wow, we don't actually have a lot of stone lying around, but we'll use what we've got. And let's go ahead and get that built as well. Now, yeah, we don't have anyone chucked in the crude workstation yet, but that's fine by me. We need to get the raw resources first. And so 20 jerky in the smokehouse. This says we've got 0 out of 20. Oh, they're all making 10. He made times 2 because of his bonus. So that allowed us to double that up. +1 to meat production. Gain an additional meat every yield from gathering, farming, fishing, or production. Any builder can carry 5 additional items. So you do get these kind of rewards as well, as opposed to just goods or people. And so now we need a brewery. We need to enable barrels in the ale recipe and then make some ale. So let's come to here. And as you can see, we have the brewery. Now again, this will end up being a permanent, or more of a permanent building, I should say. So we're going to go place that down there. Now we have no builders available. What we're going to go and do is you're going to come off there. We're also going to go and remove you from there for a second. Let's go and get some more people. And down here, we simply have some mushrooms, some fertile land, and some snails. Oh, no, wait, that's not a new one. This will be a new one. So we're going to go and get another beaver and another human. It's not a dwarf, ladies and gentlemen. It is a beaver. Beavers, lizards, humans, harpies, foxes, and with the DLC, frogs. Which I do have the DLC, ladies and gentlemen. I like the demo so much, I went and got the DLC as well. Efficient brewing. Specialized grain farming. Grain production increases by +1 every 25 times it is produced. We're going to go for specialized brewing. And once we get these people, we're going to be looking a lot better. I would also quite like to get some more people just in general, to be honest. Let's go and chop down that tree as well. Let's not leave that one standing. And I suppose, well, I suppose I probably just left him, couldn't I? But no, let's not worry about up here, basically. And so, yep, we've gone and grabbed those people. My humans are my brewers. And then we need to enable barrels. And over here, let's go at you. Let's put one of you back in there. Done and done. We've got most things up and running. Once we've got 20 ale in the brewery, we will be laughing. Let's take human out of there. And let's put her into brewing. And so as you can see as well, every resource has a chance of secondary resources. So for instance, chopping down this tree gives me wood, but it also gives me a chance for, I want to say, resin. I don't think that's supposed to be a clam. Plant fiber and eggs. Newcomers are waiting. Again, I'm going to lean towards numbers, but I'm thinking humans. Simply because of what we need. Or maybe I should have gone lizard, to be fair. Because we don't have any. We do, however, also need to build some more housing. As that's kind of... This level is kind about, you know, keeping the people happy. And so we should probably be making sure they're all housed and happy. Let's go and get another 6 of them in shelter. I mean, there's a lot of them not in shelter, mind you. Let's go and get at least another 6 of them in shelter. Oh, he is too far from a hearth. In that case... He's round the wrong way. Simply go and move him in there. That, as an example, shows you what a hearth does. Orders are ready. We've made all of our ale. Let's deliver. And so as you can see here now, it wants us to build a tavern where we can serve people our ale. So let's come down here. Let's unlock the blueprint for the tavern. And a place where villagers can fulfill their need for leisure. Luxury. Passive effects. Gleeman's Tales. Don't quite have enough plants and cloth, but we're building them. It'll be fine. Now I'm going to go and place this down here. And with that, we very much need to extend our roads. We are lacking, as it said, a few building materials, but that's okay. By the time we've probably delivered the rest, we should be good. Every evening, a gleeman tells stories about past glories and times before the Great Civil War. +3 to global resolve. Same building effects do not stack. This is because, what did we get? Clay node, fertile soil, and small abandoned cache. Yes, the small abandoned cache. Now, breaking it open. I can spend 6 stone, 6 sea marrow, or 2 training gear, or I can send to the Citadel, which will cost me 3 tools, and get those bonuses. I'm going to send to the Citadel. Let's assign a couple of workers and go and investigate. Let's go and put this back on full speed. And keep things moving along. There you go, tavern's built. Oh, we need to get those humans back. Let's just wait for them to finish. But whilst we're waiting, because there is going to be an empty slot, we'll put a beaver in there to help out for now. No gathering near small trapper's hut. That can be solved. Have you move up to there. Let's have you guys still going? Oh, they're delivering the goods back to us, I think. There you go. The goods, the rewards were being delivered. Let's get these guys in. I love a bit of brewing. And so there you go. Our lizards are happy. We're gonna get the lizards this time. Humans are almost happy, as are beavers. Humans are about to go up to a resolve of 30. And let's deliver that order. Objective. Keep humans resolve above 25 for 30 seconds. So we've gone and done that at the exact same time. And now it wants us to deliver 10 packs of provisions. However, as you can see, we've actually gone and finished the thing. We're at full resolve. So we're probably not going to quite get around to doing this one. If we come out of this, it should probably end. No, it does not. We're going to go and get, what do we have the highest population of? We're going to go and get beaver houses this time because we're joint with humans. And a makeshift post. There you go. We didn't get to do it. As I went and said, we had maxed out our reputation. So, there we are. We have leveled up to level 2. We got a new citadel upgrades and a few more blueprints available to unlock. Flame amulets. An artifact infused with the power of Holy Flame. Hostility from woodcutters is decreased by 4. And then Rich Glades. Newly discovered gathering nodes have more chance, plus more charges, plus 5 for small ones, plus 15 for large ones. And so there you are. Have it, ladies and gentlemen. That is pretty much the introduction to Against the Storm. We then get to see a little bit of what the Citadel does. The world is vast, ever-changing place, and at its heart lies the smoldering city. Enter the smoldering city and use the resources you've gathered so far to buy the Obsidian Archive level 1 upgrade. Let us enter the smoldering city. And so as you can see with the smoldering city, so we have game history, home, and deeds. You'll get your own place in the smoldering city by completing the deed first steps. Remember to claim your reward after completing the deed. We have deeds, but we won't be able to see that for a second. Let's look at buy upgrades. And so as you can see here, we have a whole set of upgrades available through the city. Now, of course, I've only touched on this minutely. As you can see, they each cost different items. Basically, bread, I think it's technically called resources, actually. Oh, no, it is food stockpiles. Machinery, and artifacts. So, for instance, with this one, it's not going to give me a little sneaky peek of what it does. Oh, it does if I click on it. Would you look at that? Every villager in your settlement gets a permanent plus 2% increase in their walking speed. You gain plus one embarkation points to spend on resources and bonuses before starting a new settlement. So you get lots of things like these. Starting ability Foxes unlocks a starting ability of the species Foxes. Reveals the location of one of the nearest geysers. Starting abilities are applied immediately after a species joins your town for the first time. You gain a permanent minus 2% to the speed at which the Queen's Impatient grows. Unlocks a pool of difficult, time-sensitive, and highly rewarding orders. They will randomly appear in some order packages from the Queen's Envoy. There you go, little random things like that. Permanent 1% boost to the global chance of producing double yields. You gain a 10% more Citadel resources whenever you finish a settlement. But for now, we are going to come down here and grab the Obsidian Archive. You gain a permanent minus 2%, which is speed, Queen's Impatience. And we get a place to record our great deeds. From this as well, simply because there's not really a lot else we can choose, we only have 10 food stockpile and we only have 2 choices left to go. We can get the same thing for Queen's Impatience and enables advanced controls for what is being consumed in your settlement and by whom. Or you gain a permanent 2% reduction to fuel consumption in hearths. You gain a new embarkation bonus to choose from when starting a settlement stone, and you get the same thing for clay. Now, I'm not going to go and choose this in case it tells me to do anything for the tutorial. But now, as you can see, we have unlocked deeds. Finish your first game after the tutorial, discover 10 glades, win a game in the Royal Woodlands biome, complete 10 orders, etc, etc, and these will get us deeds. Completing this deed will also reward you with an achievement. I'm assuming that's a Steam achievement, not entirely sure. But as you can see, these are all deeds, and as you do these, you will unlock them and so get rewards. As you can see, we cannot see daily or training expeditions just yet, because we need to upgrade the Obsidian Archive, which will come later. And so then, as we exit the Smoldering City, as you can see, it's not much of a Smoldering City yet. I assume as we keep unlocking things, all buildings are going to appear across here, and this is going to start to look a bit glorious. And so as we come to here, this world is governed by the eternal Blightstorm cycle. It is almost upon us, so no caravans are allowed to embark. Press the button in the lower right corner of the screen to finish the cycle. As you can see, it tells you how long until the next Blightstorm, and when a Blightstorm happens, you get your cycle summary, successful towns, cycle rewards, level, unlocked content, etc., etc., end the cycle. And when we go and do this happens. The blight moves in, but then of course, as you can see, the blight slightly moves out. So we have to reach these ancient seals, these lovely glowing runes, and reforge them to help move back the Blightstorm. Now, this is pretty much as far as I got when I played. Now, all I can gather is that if I come down and, for instance, do this, and so then place a caravan here, once I've built that town, it will push back the Blightstorm, I'm assuming. And so then once I've gone and pushed this back a little bit, I then can build another town, and then I can then get to the Bronze Seal. I assume that's the whole point. Like I said, this is about as far as I've gotten, so not 100% on that one. And as you can see, we will also have all of these random points of interest, where, so for instance, as you can see here, we'll get a bit more provisions, food. This one will get a bit more food and some machinery. So it might be worth for me to come this way. And as you can see as well, we have different biomes. Scarlet Orchard, and there are some effects. Royal Woodlands, etc., etc. As you can see, the effects on the screen coming across in the top left. You're almost ready to venture on your own. Choose any map tile inside your embarkation range to begin. And then you have to first choose your starting caravan. So we can either go for 3 humans and 3 lizards with a question markable species, or 6 humans to start us off. And then after you've done that, you can choose your difficulty. Greater risk, greater reward, but of course, greater risk. And then you get to choose some bonuses. I can choose 3 because I have 3 embarkation points. So I can get some eggs, some roots, and some wood, which is all I've basically got a choice of. Experiment and adapt. May the storm be gentle on you, Viceroy. And so as you can see, we're gonna zoom out. We're gonna come back. As you can see here, so we have 32 years left before the Blightstorm. The time spent in a settlement basically tasks you with how many years you end up spending there, because the longer you spend there, then I assume the less time you have for the next city and the next city and the next city, etc., etc. And also, as you can see, we also have 2 more tutorials, which is probably what we're going to do in the next episode. I haven't done them yet, so they might be done a little bit slower than the first 2, but hopefully that gives you a brief look at Against the Storm. I hope you will come back and continue to play and enjoy the rest of the game with me. It should be fun. I mean, obviously, I haven't done the tutorials. That was a bit quick, and it was wasn't really much thought in it. It seemed a bit automatic. But like I said, that's because I've already gone and done the first tutorials. You will see in the next mission, especially if I do an open encampment, how we're basically going to be one of your starting blueprints choices is replaced by a wild card. You can choose one blueprint from all unlocked blueprints. But yes, like I said, you'll see how it does basically take extra thought and extra bit of planning, basically. You'll see that as we do the next village. So come back and see how that goes in episode 2. I hope you have enjoyed this, as I said a second ago. And so until we see you again, as per always, I hope that you will stay safe, happy, and healthy.